Hi there, Lifting Consciousness family. I hope you're doing well. Sorry for the delay. I have been recalibrating and recharging myself in terms of my journey and getting myself ready for the next phase of my journey. So thank you for your patience and your understanding. There's of course been life situations going on as well, as we all have to navigate through in this reality. So thank you for your patience, and I'm here to deliver your Monday motivation message from Spirit, of course, using the divination tools I have here. So we have the Universal Weight deck. I've also got the Lightseers Tarot in case I'm drawn to any cards from that deck, and the Wisdom of the Oracle as well. Now, first of all, just to say that Mercury is now in Capricorn, as is Venus. And when I think of Mercury being in Capricorn, I sort of feel, as the siren is going past, I sort of feel that with that Capricornian energy of that sort of authoritarian strictness to it, there could be communication that may be a little bit overpowering in terms of that authoritarian, you know, somebody who wants to really exert their authority with their communication. When you look on the light side of it, there is an empowerment here, because we could actually utilize that energy to empower our own communication. So when it comes to actually taking authority in our lives and communicating in that way, that Capricornian energy, in my view, would support that. But of course, bear in mind as well, you don't want to be too overbearing with it. You don't want to be too much of a kind of regimented approach in all aspects if it's not called for. So use your discernment as always with that. But there is that structure, there is that kind of authority, rule-like essence of Capricorn. And of course, communication and thoughts when it comes to Mercury. Mercury will be going retrograde towards the end of December. Yes, again. So, you know, that's obviously in a different sign this time, but Mercury retrogrades we seem to have a lot, or they just seem to come around too often, really. But that does give us a chance to reflect and renew, refresh, release, whatever we need to. So it's all for our highest good, of course. Now, with Venus also being in Capricorn, again, there could be some challenges in terms of that divine feminine essence within. And remember, regardless of gender or how you might identify, we've got the essence of the divine feminine and divine masculine within, the nurturing side of the divine feminine and the courage and taking action of the masculine. So the divine feminine element with that Venus energy being in Capricorn might also be challenged, because it could be, well, that's not how things should be, you know, in terms of how you feel from that divine feminine essence. But you need to trust your intuition when it comes to that. And remember to utilize the Capricornian energy to actually take action. So that's more of the masculine side, but supported by the nurturing essence of the Venus energy as well. Now, of course, it can depend on where those placements are in your chart as to how that's going to play out for you. This is a collective message I just felt drawn to doing at the start of this tarot reading. This is, of course, the astrology. So if you'd like a more detailed look into how these placements, how these transits affect you, reach out to me. I'll pop the details below, and you know, I can certainly do your chart and look at the current transits alongside that as well. So, with that being said, let's jump right in. Okay. Setting intentions beforehand of messages from the pure white light of unconditional love and divine source energy. This is for the collective, of course. And any channeled guidance that might come through as well. And again, apologies in advance if it comes through rather authoritarian from me, because sometimes the channeled messages need to come through in that way in order to get the message to hit you in the right place. And I say that in a nice way, it's all with love, but sometimes we need to be triggered in order to prompt the healing that we need to do. And I myself have gone through that, so I can relate to it. Okay. The Venus energy hopefully will soften some of that authoritarian energy. Okay, let's go. Let's jump right in. Okay, what do we have then, Spirit, please, for the collective? Monday motivation message, of course, on 12/12, 12th of December. That one wanted to fly out. Okay, we've got the Three of Pentacles first of all. That's all about building a foundation. Oh, and the Sun. That's amazing. This is Major Arcana energy. It's Leo energy. Could resonate for you. Doesn't have to in that way. This is just very strong, vibrant fire energy. But this is all about the essence of one's soul shining through with that joy and that abundance through truly being oneself. So there is that element of building foundations based upon who you are, but also, just because it's coming through to me, third party energy might be in the mix. We'll see what other cards come out. I don't want to say that that's, you know, a full conclusion. It depends on the cards that come out and the intuitive messages and channeled messages that come through as a reader. Okay, for the collective, please. And just disclaimer, it's not going to resonate for everybody. This is collective energy. Okay, if you want a more specific reading, do reach out to me. Right, so we've got the Star in reverse and also the Knight of Pentacles flipped over in reverse. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight of the deck, but the more stable one. That knight takes their time. Now, I'm drawn to this. I keep looking at that card. So when it comes to building foundations, of course you want to move slowly because you want to make sure you're taking those steps in a measured way, not rushing hastily into it, which is what the Knight of Swords can do. Now, Knight of Pentacles in reverse would suggest that that is faster energy than when the Knight of Pentacles is in the upright, because it's in reverse. So there might be some element of actually not wanting to take your time, that feeling that you need to rush and get things done to build a foundation because you truly want to express what you want to express and do what you want to do. But there could just be that element. Now, it flipped over. I haven't taken it as part of the spread. That's just an extra message, really, to recognize that sometimes we need to take our time with things. With the Star being in reverse, this is also major arcana energy. And of course, we've got the Sun and the Star. Amazing. The Star is Aquarius energy, opposite sign to Leo. So that in itself brings push-pull energy. So you've got that vibrant wanting to express oneself from the true nature of the soul. And the Star is all about that rebirth and healing that can come after a Tower moment, because the Tower comes before the Star in the major arcana. And the Tower is change. It's something that comes in to shake things up because something needs to change. And either you can do it or the universe will do it for you. But it's all for the highest good. But often when the Tower comes out in a reading, there is fear around it because it's, oh my goodness, something big is going to happen. It doesn't have to be big necessarily, but it can impact your journey because it's change that needs to happen from a divine perspective. Then comes the Star. It gives you that rebirth opportunity of starting again and the healing elements that come with that as well. So there is that, but it's in reverse. So maybe there is a reluctance to actually go through any healing. It could also be indicating that you've come out of that. So we'll see. I might clarify that one. So let's see what else we have. I just want to keep an eye on the time because I think I've got like a 15-minute window for Instagram uploads. Now, I've got some that fell on the floor that I'm not going to take, but we've got the King of Cups. So that's an amazing king to get, sovereign being. So a further reminder, by expressing oneself fully from your true soul essence, you are being your sovereign self. The King of Cups is a king. So again, regardless of gender, you know, even if you're feminine watching this, this is just embodying the energy of the King of Cups. This is someone who is comfortable and confident in their emotions. Could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. Could just be somebody that embodies that energy if you're dealing with a King of Cups. But it could be yourself by saying, you know, you need to ensure that you are comfortable and confident in your emotions and you trust your feelings. And the king is actually holding one cup there. So that also makes me think of that Ace of Cups, which could be an offering of love, of course, if that resonates, but it can also be self-love, you know, filling our own cup up first in order to serve others. That's very important. Let me just grab the cards that have fallen. Okay, and they were all in reverse. Page of Swords reverse, Ace of Pentacles reverse, and Five of Pentacles reverse. That's all about moving towards clarity and a new stable beginning by recognizing that things are happening for you and not to you, coming out of that victim mentality. Don't like using that phrase, but it's the best way to sum up the Five of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, that one wanted to come out. Thank you, Spirit, for that. Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, this is maybe a bit of uncertainty about taking that wand and actually saying, this is what I want. Now, this is fire energy. Again, it's having that courage. It's that masculine element within all of us of having the courage and strength to take action towards what we want. It's actually saying, this is the wand I want, and this is what I'm going to do. There's reluctance to this, though, because it's in reverse. Interesting when the King of Cups is in the upright, because the King of Cups would be saying, I know what feels right to me. I know where my emotions are with this, but I'm a bit too fearful of actually grabbing that wand. Okay, let's see what else we have. And those of you familiar with tarot will know that Two of Wands is when the one wand is chosen, and it's almost like it's a step out of your comfort zone. So there could be some of that going on, that there's a bit of fear or apprehension around taking a step out of the comfort zone, even if you know it feels right. It's that hesitancy about actually making the move. And yeah, we've got the High Priestess in reverse. This is the need to trust your intuition. You know, the High Priestess knows where it's at. It's Piscean energy, very spiritual energy, and knows deep within. So you need to connect with that inner knowing, you know, that feeling into something, connect with that. And that's what's going to enable you, if this is resonating for you, to move forward with the option that you want. And yeah, on the bottom, strength in reverse. So you need to have the strength to go after what you want. Okay. Could involve a choice. The Lovers could be a choice that relates to a soulmate connection. Oh, but underneath that, we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. Something painful has got to end first, because that's all in the hidden energy. So that could be a painful ending that needs to happen with another person, or somebody you're dealing with may need to end something that's actually quite painful. And this could be why there is that sense of, as I look back at the Star in reverse, that kind of, you know, fear of the rebirth element, and fear of then taking a leap towards what you actually want, or what that person wants, and not having the strength to do so, or finding it hard to have the strength to do so, because it's a painful ending that is underneath that choice. You or they know the feelings, but it is actually executing it. That's the hard part here. So I hope this is making sense. Okay, I'm going to pull an extra card from the Lightseers Tarot. Let's see if we have an extra card to clarify, please. Let's clarify the Star in reverse. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Hidden energy, King of Swords. Okay, so Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is reluctance to put the work and effort in. So this makes sense because, again, oh, and I wouldn't say it's more of a reluctance of I don't want to do it. It's more of a kind of a fear or a hesitancy around putting the work and effort into going after what you want, or somebody you're dealing with, for them having fear around putting the work and effort into going towards what they want. It's a big thing, ending a cycle, especially if it is something that has been painful or could potentially be painful. Ten of Swords is, it can indicate a very painful ending, because it's swords energy. So it's all up there in the mind. It causes so much stress and anxiety, and that is why it needs to end. A cycle needs to end. But the fact that the Lovers in reverse is on top. Now the Lovers can be a choice, and it can literally relate to the Lovers, soulmates. But this is something that needs to end. And underneath that is the birthing of a new beginning. So there is birthing of a new beginning. There is potential here, because the sun is shining. The sun is shining. And we saw the Three of Pentacles about building a foundation. But remember, I said at the beginning, it could also relate to third party energy. So very interesting, very, very interesting that is, because there is just some fear sitting there in terms of either yourself or the person you're dealing with needing to end something that could be potentially painful to end, but it is causing pain anyway, and that's why it needs to end. The third party energy. So yes, if you're dealing with someone that's dealing with someone else, and that's the situation that needs to end, all you can do in that moment is be yourself and remain in that sun energy of that high vibration energy of being your true soul essence, recognizing you're comfortable in your feelings. And of course that could be attributed to the other person as well, that they know how they feel. They just have to execute their decision. They have to execute the decision they make based on this choice of something painful that needs to end in order to birth a new beginning, and to get out of the fear of putting the work and effort into doing that, because they need to find the strength to do that as well. Now it's double Leo energy here. We've got Pisces and we've got Aquarius, and we've got the water sign as the person card here with the King of Cups. Of course, take that as you will, because this is just the energy of the cards. And it's certainly saying to me, as I'm just looking at the cards now, we've got Pentacles, Cups, Wands, and we've got King of Swords, but on the bottom of the other deck, because remember that was showing on the bottom of the other deck. So that is, that's air energy. And underneath that, wow, Six of Pentacles. So yeah, this is about somebody needing to be strong in their communication. Remember what I was saying right at the beginning. Now this is where I know Spirit gives me these messages, channeled messages to convey, because it might not resonate for all of you, but it could be resonating for a small handful of you. And if it helps on your journey, then amazing. You know, that's my work here in order to do that as the light starts to flash. So King of Swords, very, very focused, very much uses his intelligence, intellect and wisdom and clear communication to actually cut through with that sword, not as harshly as the Queen of Swords, but to cut through to get to the truth of the matter. Apologies for the light, okay? It does this every now and then, so interesting. But uses wisdom, absolutely. Now we've got two kings here, because we've got the King of Cups and the King of Swords. So there is comfort in emotions and feelings, but there needs to be that expression of truth from this person or from yourself in order to restore balance. Now that would be, to me, what I'm picking up is that somebody is in a situation that they need to end. They need to have the strength, because we saw that. We need to have the strength to go through that, even if they're resisting the fact that it's going to result in a rebirth, because it's almost starting again and going through healing, and perhaps they don't want to go through that. So they need the strength to do that, and they need to be clear in their communication of what they want, and to have the courage to go after what they want, because they know what they want. They know what they want. They've got to trust their intuition and their feelings on that. And that alleviates the third party energy and restores balance in a situation. But they need to put the work and effort in order to get to the heart of the matter, should I say. Having the Sun card there, that true expression of the soul. So if somebody you're dealing with knows what they want, knows there's a situation that they're in that is not right, that they need to end, you know, Ten of Swords, that they need to end in order to birth something new, then they need to make sure that they are being their true authentic self as well. So not hiding those emotions that they are feeling confidently as the King of Cups, but recognizing they need to trust their intuition in executing what they need to do, because of course the High Priestess was in reverse, and having the strength to move forward. But the Sun and the Star both also give that energy of rebirth. I know the Sun isn't traditionally about rebirth, but the fact that there is, you know, this child on the horse who is, you know, obviously in their birthday suit, so to speak, but you know, they are kind of, that is them, that is the rebirth energy of taking it back to the start. You know, it's kind of a do-over in that way, but in order to shine with that soul essence, to actually be themselves. So if you're dealing with someone that's going through that, there is an element of needing to be understanding, of course, and for you to continue to shine with that sun energy, to be your true self, to be there to support that person. If it's something that you're going through and you need to end something, then you're already going to know, because it's going to resonate for you. And don't try and make something fit that doesn't, of course. If it doesn't resonate for you, it's not your story, but it might just be helping somebody out there. And recognize that in order to get to that place of healing and rebirth, that sometimes we have to go through those difficult moments in order to make that change. Okay, so what I'll do, let's just see. I just feel drawn to doing this. I will upload it in 2 parts on Instagram. Okay. So with the Light Seers Tarot, please, Spirit, can we get one final advice, please? If this is a story for somebody who's actually needing to end something, if somebody watching is needing to end a cycle and it's resonating for them, what is their final advice card? Thank you so much. This is for those that it's resonating for, that need to end something. Okay, that one there wants to poke out. Wow. Oh my goodness, I love this deck. Oh my God, this is such a beautiful, beautiful card. Look at the colors, the star, Aquarius energy. This is, again, it's a further reminder, isn't it? So that's for those of you that it resonates for, that you need to end something, whatever it might be. It doesn't even have to be a connection. It could be something that is keeping your energy away from where you need to be. Okay, that's third party energy. It doesn't always have to be about somebody else. It can do, doesn't always have to be. So if you're needing to make a choice to end something, to move forward, and you know inherently what it is you need to do, this is your advice card of going with that rebirth energy. There is hope here. There is great hope and wonderment. And this is the positivity after the change. So you need to have that, you know, in your mind, to recognize that that is for you, that star energy, that rebirth, that healing. Okay, and by doing that, you're actually empowering yourself and other people. Okay, if it's resonating for those of you who are dealing with somebody that needs to end something, what's the final advice? That came out very quick. Very quick. Wow, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I am a Piscean, so I love it from that point of view. And it's so interesting because on the bottom we've got 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and that is about making a choice. So in the upright, look how beautiful this card is in the upright. This Queen of Cups is also comfortable in her emotions. She allows the energy to flow. She is open, with her hands open to receive. So this message here, because remember we've got the King of Cups. So if it's resonating for you that you're dealing with someone that needs to end something, they're the King of Cups in that situation, male or female, but they are comfortable in their emotions. They know what they feel. The advice is for you to be open to receive love, emotional fulfillment, because at the moment, this is saying that you're not open to receiving it, or you're fearful of receiving it. And sometimes if all we've experienced is non-true love, the thought of true love can be quite overwhelming. Maybe we've just experienced pain through relationships and we believe that that's the norm when it isn't. This is about being open to receive true emotional fulfillment, Cups energy, and recognizing there does need to be that, obviously, that level of comfort in emotions as well. So that could apply to you. If it's for your person, so if it's resonating for you that it's someone you're dealing with, they may need to leave somebody behind, because we've got the counterparts here, King of Cups, Queen of Cups, but Queen of Cups is in reverse. And that could be the choice that they need to make with all the other cards that we've seen. Or they may also need to be open to true love, because what they're in at the moment is not. And that could be the cycle that they need to end. If it's a connection, it could be that it's not emotionally fulfilling, Cups energy, to them. So that's why they need to sort that out, basically, and have that rebirth. The Empress energy is sat underneath it. So they have an Empress you waiting for them, you know, if that resonates for you, but they have the opportunity to rebirth and to start again, new beginnings, major arcana as well. And the Empress is, and I have to go with what just came to me, but the Empress is like, you know, the higher sort of level, because major arcana, you know, all of the queens would kind of sit underneath the Empress, if you like. So they've got something better for them that's going to be more emotionally fulfilling for them anyway. So anything that's not emotionally fulfilling, they need to release. If it's not a person, it could just be something, because it's Cups energy, something that is not emotionally fulfilling for them that they need to end. And that could be a job, it could be a project, it could be anything that doesn't make them happy, which they need to end. But how I'm looking at it, intuitively, it feels to me like it is a person that needs to end a connection. And if it's not romantic, it's a friendship or some other kind of connection, because it's not serving them. It's not serving them in the emotionally fulfilling way that a relationship should be emotionally fulfilling somebody. And as I said, what do we have over here? We had the Lovers in reverse, Ten of Swords in reverse. A choice needs to be made, end something potentially with somebody, because the Empress is there waiting. So interesting, and that further confirms the choice. Okay, and that's an element with the Pentacles, that's an element of juggling as well. Okay, let's see. And again, apologies, I go back to that message at the beginning of the authoritarian communication. If this is coming across in any way quite blunt, that's because it needs to be received in that way. Okay, we'll see what we've got from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. It's quite a heavy read, that. Lots of major arcana energy. I mean, it feels like this person is dealing with a lot. Okay, what do we have, please, as the advice? We'll have that one. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. See how that one flicked out. And we'll get another one. I'll pick that up. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I knew, I knew there was another one. Yeah. Too many synchronicities. Bear with me. Wow. Okay. On the bottom, first of all, I have to address this loyal heart in reverse. The hidden energy here is that whoever they're with, there's no loyalty there when it comes to the true heart space. That's why they are not emotionally fulfilled. Okay. And remember, it doesn't have to be romantic. Take it how it resonates. We have serendipity, we have observer, and we have round and round. Beautiful synchronicities here with the observer. You know, you or this person needs to see things for what they really are. Observe the situation. So the person in this situation needs to truly understand and see what's going on here and put a stop to it. Okay, for the highest good, in order to become more emotionally fulfilled, you know. And for you, and also I think that's a fox there, so sneaky. Anybody that's sneaky, no. But there needs to be this kind of looking within as well. So not only seeing the picture, but looking within, again, that High Priestess energy. That could be both you and the person you're dealing with, for example, but being aware of the situation of what's going on. Serendipity, recognizing that things happen for a reason. Serendipitous moments are all around us. You know, it's everything happens for a reason. There's purpose to everything. Okay. And even if it's quite tough, what this person is going through is tough. It's for a reason. Round and round. This is a cycle that needs to end, because otherwise it's going to go round and round and round. And trust me, when cycles are repeated, they get harder each time until we learn the lesson. So I hope that finds you well. I'm sending you love and blessings. Take care. Reach out if you would like a personal reading. But until the next time, God bless.